Just a few meters from Brazil's border with Venezuela are the burnt remains of a refugee encampment. The small city appears to be calm, but just a few days ago, the city of Pacaraima was a scene of violent attacks on Venezuelans after a local shopkeeper was robbed. Some Brazilians targeted Venezuelan refugees, like Juan.
This was all burned. They burned everything. I had to run to the other side of the border not to get burned. I was inside my tent with my children.
Hundreds of Brazilians attacked several encampments. Most of the victims of the violence have gone back to Venezuela. Juan is one of few who has stayed.
There were men and women telling us, "Go back to Venezuela, you're criminals. Get out of here." Now I'm afraid to go out after 5 p.m. because they try to call the police on us.
After the incident, the governor unsuccessfully tried to close the border. This recent influx of immigrants has created tension in the town of 12,000 residents, which used to be a city known for trade between the two countries.
There was prostitution, alcohol, and drugs. They barged in here and they took whatever they wanted. They want us to accept something like this in our Brazil?
The Brazilians who live here in Pacaraima deny that there's any instances of xenophobia. They say that this was an isolated incident and that it will not happen again. But still, the tension is palpable in this small town on the border where 800 Venezuelans per day are crossing over. The Brazilian government has sent additional National Guard troops to try to avoid any future violence. Under the direction of Colonel Zanata, the Brazilian military and the UN have set up these tents along the border to attend to Venezuelan refugees' needs, like visa requests and medical care.
We've seen a decrease in the number of people coming, and there are less people living on the streets.
The government is constructing the shelter with 500 beds, which they hope will be temporary. It's the first stop on a long journey to southern Brazil, Argentina, or Chile.